Good evening. The last baby is expected to be born at the Alexandra Hospital in Redditch tonight after bosses closed the maternity unit earlier today.
The trust, which runs the hospital, says it had to close because of unsafe staffing levels, and it will review the decision in February. From tonight, women in Redditch who go into labour will face a 45-minute journey to give birth in Worcester. Stacey Foster has our top story.
Braving the rain, protesters fighting to save their local hospital. Many were born here, some more recently than others, but all want to keep the maternity ward at the Alexandra Hospital in Redditch open.
We've been here since 7 o'clock this morning, and we had a midwife come up to say thank you to us, and she burst into tears. The way they have been told over social media, the way the patients have been treated, it's an insult to the hard work and the commitment of the staff here, and the trust should hang their heads in shame. I believe it can make a difference. I've been fighting for healthcare in Redditch for 10 years now, and because we won when they first put these services at risk in 2008, had started in 2005, we've had an extra 20,000 births at this hospital. People have come out in the rain today.
But as the ward closed, expectant mums joined in, worried about the changes.
I'm due in February and I was hoping to have my baby here at the Alex. I had a few complications last time, so obviously now I'm just a little bit concerned that getting to Worcester, which is going to be my next hospital, is going to be scary.
I had both my children at the Alex. I endured complications with both. This one, for example, she had her cord wrapped twice around her neck when she was born, and she came within an hour. So the thought of now having to go to Worcester is a very scary prospect, because I could either imagine giving birth on the way or maybe not having a child actually survive the trip.
It's just taken me 45 minutes to get here to the Worcestershire Royal from the Alex in Redditch, and that's that journey that those mums-to-be are really dreading. This hospital will now have to take on in the region of an extra 500 births over the next 3 months while the Trust makes a decision on what to do with maternity services at the Alex, but they insist this hospital can cope.
I wouldn't be, as a lead midwife, moving the service to Worcester if I felt it was unsafe. I can assure you that we have put as many steps in place as we possibly can over the last 4 days to make the service as safe as possible. We've opened up a new ward with 26 beds. We've worked out that the additional deliveries over the year can be accommodated within the 14 delivery suite rooms that we've got.
After today, will babies be born at the Alexandra Hospital in Redditch ever again?
I don't know the answer to that. That will be a continuous process of assessment that I will have to make along with the rest of the medical team and the executive team, based on the staff that we have available to run 2 hospitals.
The protesters are holding a vigil tonight outside the hospital. Inside, 2 women are in labour. Their new arrivals will be the last at the Alexandra Hospital for the foreseeable future. A November the 5th that's unlikely to be forgotten. Stacey Foster, ITV News, Redditch.
Well, Judi Byrne, who worked as a senior midwife at the Alexandra Hospital for 17 years before retiring 6 years ago, is here with us and can join us now. Judith, what's your reaction, firstly, to the fact that the hospital closed its doors today to pregnant women?
Really, really sad and really, really worried.
Why are you worried?
The best way. Well, I know that there is no extra capacity, there is no spare capacity in the West Midlands for obstetrics and special care babies. There were 28 beds at the Alexandra Hospital, well used. It's a well-loved unit, a well-used unit. It's wanted. It's the best team of midwives I've ever worked with. And I just think quality counts for nothing. But besides all of that, I'm really worried where these women will actually deliver.
How many women are we talking about, Judith?
It's over 2,000 a year. And of course, we all know that the birth rate's increasing. They're building houses like no tomorrow in Redditch, Bromsgrove and Worcester. It's only going to get worse, really.
So where are these women going to go to?
Well, if you listen to the little bit that's come out from the Trust or to the MPs or the CCG, they're saying Birmingham Women's Hospital, well, they have not got the capacity at the Women's Hospital. They're bursting at the seams as it is. They've mentioned Warwick. I think they've got room for 300 a year.
Yes.
And then they say Worcester Royal Hospital. Now, Worcester Royal Hospital have closed lots of times in the past, and the Alex has had to take over from them. And also vice versa. Sometimes the Alex is bursting and Worcester's, you know, in a better position.
Yes.
So they work really well together. But I just do not know where these ladies are going to labour, because the labour ward hasn't been extended, and the provision for them to stay in hospital. I mean, the length of stay of women in Worcestershire is very, very short anyway. Do you know, it's down to the bare knuckle.
Right. When you say short, how short?
Well, if you average it,
then...
it used to be 1.4 days, and that
Right.
includes all the ladies who've had caesarean sections, etc., etc. I'm sure it's probably less than that now with the pressure on the beds. And I know, you know, if you've had a lovely normal delivery and everything's lovely, it's great
Yes,
to
it's
go home
fine,
at 6
yeah.
hours. But, you know, if you've had a caesarean section, really...
You need to stay
you
in a
need
bit
to
longer,
stay
of
in a
course.
bit longer, yeah.
What about the staff then, Judith? What's the feeling you're getting from them?
Oh, they're broken-hearted. I mean, they're just so upset. It's a wonderful, wonderful team of midwives at the Alex. They work so well together. They pull together. They are incredible. They are one of the best groups of midwives I've ever worked with in my whole 40 years. So that really makes me sad. So they're very, very sad, and they're very, very worried. The bus companies haven't been consulted. Ambulances, what do West Midlands Ambulance Service say about this? It's just going to have such a knock-on effect.
Judi Byrne, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, we heard in Stacey's report from the Director of Midwifery at the Worcestershire Acute Hospitals NHS Trust. She says staff will be moving over to Worcester with the mums who are due to give birth. Well, we put some of Judith's concerns, and indeed those of mothers-to-be, to her. Here's what she had to say.
If they're worried at all, they should phone their community midwife. They have the number of their community midwife on the front of their green handheld notes. So they can contact the community midwife. We've got a helpline still being manned, so they can phone that, and they can go onto the website and they'll get the number for that. If there is plenty of room for them at Worcester. So if they're coming to a clinic appointment, they'll see their midwife at the clinic appointment, and the midwife will explain what's been happening to them at their clinic appointment. So they would routinely come for that, and we will explain that to them. But if, however, you know, they want additional information now and they're worried, please contact their community midwife or our helpline.
In other news, Dudley Council has won a long-running legal battle over land earmarked for a replacement mosque. Court of Appeal judges ruled unanimously in favour of the council, who want to buy back the land